My name is Maria Service. I'm a past life healer, subconscious healer, Akashic Records channeler. And today, first off, I'm so excited that you're here. And I want to talk about duality and spirituality and living as an awakened soul. Now, this is particularly helpful if you are an entrepreneur, CEO, female leader, because oftentimes I think as a leader, we feel like we need to, I think oftentimes in leadership, we feel like we need to take a stand. We feel like we need to kind of draw the line, which is great. Leadership is all about owning who you are, being responsible for the actions that you take, having, beliefs and thoughts around what's going on in the world. But here's the unique thing, that once you become an awakened soul, once you awaken and attune more to your soul self, you begin to see things with a different perspective. And it's really interesting because as we go into Gemini season, and I'm not like an astrology expert, but with Gemini season, it's like the duality, it's the both. And it's like holding space for two ideas, holding space for two situations, holding space for two things. And within Gemini season, it reminds us that I have capacity to hold space for more. And when we have capacity to hold space for more, we can truly lead from this higher self, soul-led space. One of the biggest things that we can learn when we truly awaken to our full soul self is one of the first duality tests, shall we say, is that I'm an awakened soul. And truly once I cracked open my own intuition, higher self, one, I can't turn it off anymore. I am awake. I am an awakened soul. When I did the past life and subconscious healing, I've become the intuitive channel. Women who go through my program, Higher Self Awakening, become the intuitive channel. Intuition is not a skill. It's not something that 1 second I'm over here, I'm doing my mom stuff, and then now I'm going to go over here and now I'm going to do my intuition skills and my practices as if it's two different things, or as if an intuition is a skill that you can just turn on and turn off. No, once women go through my program, once women crack open their intuitive channel, once we remove a lot of the past life subconscious blocks that are limiting you from tapping into your full intuitive channel, once you open it up, you realize you are the intuitive channel. There is no separation. Intuition isn't a skill, it's who you are. And so the biggest first lesson of duality that we learn is that I am a soul, I'm an awakened soul, but also I'm still a human having a human experience on planet Earth. And that can be one of the most difficult things for our own ego to learn. And so also inside Higher Self Awakening, we go through this process of an ego surrender, I call it. Okay, so I don't call it an ego death. You need your ego. Your ego is part of your mind, and it's part of our humanness. Ego is there for survival, and quite frankly, we need it, because just in case you need to run from the bear, just in case you're in a car accident and you need to pop into superhuman mode, God forbid, but things happen. And so we need ego for survival. We're not getting rid of it. We're not asking the ego to die. But within my program, we talk about an ego surrender to help your ego realize that it can get out of the driver's seat. And we have to support the ego getting into the driver's seat, or getting out of the driver's seat, surrendering. Because the ego thinks that it needs to keep you alive on the planet, which it does. However, when you awaken to your full soul self, when you deeply acknowledge I am a soul, you realize your soul, if we're going to the car analogy, your soul has the best GPS system. Your soul has the top of the line GPS. It's working with literally your galactic higher self. It's working with your galactic starseed family. It's got the best nav system. We want soul self in the driver's seat. And with that, like, yes, ego can still hang out. Like, ego's got our survival snacks in case the car breaks down. Ego's like, yep, I got the snacks, but otherwise I can just chill, listen to my music. That's where we want ego. We don't want ego navving the car, okay? Because the ego is still working off of like a map. And so thus it's like panicking. But the soul self, your soul self, when you deeply awaken to your soul self, as I mentioned, it's got the best nav system. It's working with your higher self. It's working with the spiritual laws of the universe. And when you continue to upgrade your subconscious mind, your soul self is going to map to like what's in your frequency. And so if you have subconscious beliefs emanating from your frequency of like, I'm lucky, the universe always has my back, everything always works out for me, like these are some beautiful bonus beliefs that we work on inside Higher Self Awakening. Because one, we want to crack open the intuitive channel. We want to heal the blocks that are blocking you, past life blocks, subconscious belief blocks. Once we crack open you as the intuitive channel, then we want to download upgraded beliefs. Beliefs of I am worthy. Anything is possible for me. I am lucky. Everything always works out for me. The universe has my back. Inside Higher Self Awakening, we do the deep subconscious belief shifts and downloads so that these become part of your frequency, so that the universe can then reflect this back to you. Things don't have to be so hard. But duality is key. Duality of holding space for I am an awakened soul. I am a soul. I realize that this body is just the who that I am right now in this incarnation. But on a deeper level, I am a soul. And the duality is also realizing I'm also like a human. I'm also a mom. I also have to like drive and pay my bills and do these different things. It's duality. It's holding space for both. And we continue to learn this lesson as humans on this planet in so many different ways. Okay, like I really want you to think in this current climate that we're in politically, a lot of people will try to make it seem like it's a this, or you're either on this team or this team. Okay, people will try to make it like it's a this or this. And anytime you hear that kind of language, I need you to step back and witness things as a soul. Okay, on a soul level. What feels right, good, and true for you. Not like this or that. Or, well, if I hold this belief, then that must mean this. I really need you to take a keen eye for that. Because duality is holding space for two ideas and realizing that both can be true. Duality is holding space for multiple different perspectives, people in your lives, different things like that. And realizing this can be true for that person, their belief system and their reality, and this can be true for this person over here, and then I can be my own sovereign human being. It's holding space that part of the human experience is everybody's on their own journey and ride. And my highest belief is as long as we're not harming someone else, I absolutely do not feel the need, especially like coming at a soul perspective. There may be things that I don't agree with, that I feel uncomfortable with, or whatever, but I ultimately don't feel the need to infringe on anyone else's rights. If somebody wants to love whoever they love, I am all for that. If somebody wants to do things a different way that doesn't feel right for me, I'm going to let them do that because it's their life, assuming they're not harming anything or anyone. So we all come here onto this planet to learn lessons. The soul is learning lessons. And when you have this more, I am an awakened soul, I am an intuitive channel perspective, you begin to be able to better hold this duality and see things from the great I am perspective. Because you are of the divine one source. Source is not outside of you, source is within you. And if you have any kind of like religious background, religious programming, religious training, oftentimes that is part of the work that we do inside Higher Self Awakening. Because sometimes, depending on what religion you're practicing, but I was raised Catholic, there can be this belief of either I'm not worthy to receive intuitive messages from the divine one source, from God, from universe, whatever you want to call it. Hey Naomi, good to see you. Yes, happy Gemini season. We're talking all about duality and holding space for both. But if you have certain beliefs that like, well, I'm not worthy to receive, or I can't receive because I'm a woman, or whatever the programming is. We need to cut through those subconscious beliefs. We need to remember that you are of the divine one source. You are divinity in human form. You are a spark of the divine. Therefore, yes, you are a direct intuitive channel to your higher self, to your high vibrational guide team. And too often, women have been told to turn that off. But when you awaken, when you become an awakened soul, when you do the past life and subconscious healing, everything changes. And you remember that you are a soul having a human experience. You remember that you are an awakened soul. And that intuition isn't a skill. Intuition isn't something that like, oh, I use over here and then I'm like over here and now I use a different skill. No, you're always the intuitive channel. And that's why when women go through my program, Higher Self Awakening, they realize, yes, while it's a beautiful container for driven women, female leaders, CEOs, entrepreneurs, women who feel like you're here and you have a deep soul mission and purpose, you're going to notice changes in every area of your life. Women will go through Higher Self Awakening and they will say, Maria, I feel like I'm home. I am back home to myself. They'll notice changes in their parenting, in their relationships. You can see things from this greater soul perspective because you remember, I am a soul. And so duality, holding space for two. And so I really want you to think about this, that when you remember that I am an awakened soul, you really get that first test of duality, of remembering that I can be an awakened soul and I can also be a human having a human experience, and it gets to be both. And anytime you start to hear language of this or that, or, you're either on our team or that team, I need you to always take that step back. Gemini season asks us that we can hold more than one idea, that we don't have to go into this like zero-sum game. And I want you to really use this new moon, this Gemini season, to one, ask yourself, are you awake? Are you awake? Do you feel like you are a deep intuitive channel? And if not, I encourage you to join me inside Ascend. Ascend is for women who want to begin to remember that you are an awakened soul. You want to get a taste of your full soul self. You can comment Ascend below to join me inside this beautiful 4-day portal, this 4-day virtual experience happening inside Telegram right now. We already have the pre-party going. And if you join, it's just $11. And if you join, you can get a new moon reading from me still in the next 24 hours because the new moon happened yesterday. So I did some beautiful new moon readings for women inside the Ascend portal. And if you join today, you can still get a new moon reading. And I would love to invite you into Ascend, this experience to help you remember that you are a soul. You are the intuitive channel. All right. Thank you for hopping on today. If this was helpful for you, drop a comment below or comment Ascend to join me inside the Ascend portal. Have an amazing day.